Hello everyone, this is Tyler with Big Mighty Taxidermy, and today I'm going to go over a couple things how to properly wrap your bird. So I get questions all the time is, hey, what is the best way, how do I need to get this bird ready to be able to take it to you after I get done shooting it? So a few things is something that I like to do is say that you have shot the bird and it's in your possession, and the thing that you'd want to do first is instantly take care of that bird. Don't leave it in the water. If it's wet, maybe try to find something to dry it off. Do whatever you can to make this bird look as pristine as possible. So this customer, for an example, did an amazing job getting this bird ready. He took the time and wrapped it properly. He had it sealed properly. There's one thing that I like to do personally, instead of tucking its head behind the wing. So you can see that he has the head underneath the wing, and that's not a bad thing. You don't have to, if your bird is, you got a bird in the freezer right now, for an example, and you're like, well, I want to take it to the taxidermist. It's not something that you need to take away. You need to take it out and unthaw it and be like, oh, I need to move its head back. No, it's fine, but for the future, if you shoot a bird and you want to take it to the taxidermist, I like to take the head. This bird isn't completely unthawed out, or else I'd show you, but so its back's here, okay, and its head's tucked underneath its wing here. I take the head and put it straight back, flat on its back, and lay its head sideways on its back, so it'd be right here. And then, you don't have to worry about, and the reason that is a big deal, kinda, is so whenever these birds are frozen and you put that head underneath there, sometimes if their head's wet or and it goes to freeze, it can, by the time when it freezes, it can peel feathers off the side of its head and attach it to the inner wing of the bird. So that's one reason. That's one thing that you could do that can happen. But like I said, it's not nothing major. And also another thing that could happen is, say you have its head wrapped underneath its wing, and its head, its wing's pushed out. Whenever its head is underneath there, and you go throwing it in the freezer, and then you put something else in the freezer, well, it can break the wing or damage the head or damage the bird. So it's easier just to fold it straight back, its head straight back on its back, and do it that way. And that's the way I prefer it. That's the way I do all my birds whenever I shoot and prep them for the freezer, so I can taxi them. So anyway, back to what I was saying with the bird. He did an amazing job on the feet. He wrapped the feet. You don't have to go this far with it, but the better you do it, the better it's going to turn out. The better you take care of this bird, the moment you shoot it, the better it's going to look whenever you get it to the taxidermist. So if you bring in a mangled bird that's been slammed in the mud and been frozen wet, and its feathers, it's going to damage the feathers. It's going to damage the bird. That's how that is. So this guy, for an example, he took the bird and he wrapped the feet, which is great. He wrapped them in a damp paper towel, and he used looks like duct tape, which is fine. You can use electrical tape, duct tape, whatever. It don't really matter, as long as it's not attaching to these feathers, the primary feathers, and it's just around the feet of the bird. Now for the head, he just wrapped the bill, which the bill is not what's getting saved. It's the entire head. We use artificial bills here, so the bill will be gone. Usually you're supposed to wrap the whole entire head, including the bill, but the bill's the part of the bird that's getting taken away. So what wrapping that head is for is it causes, it's damp and it freezes damp. It won't be as much shrinkage to the head, so whenever it goes to freeze, it'll shrink. The head will, the skin around the head and the membrane will contract around the head and cause it to shrink in size. So sometimes you'll see that. You'll get back a bird and be like, man, I swore this head on this bird was way bigger than this. That could be due to not wrapping it properly. But like I said, in this case, this bird was killed this year, probably about, I'd say, 4 or 5 months ago, and it'll be done. It's the next bird on my list to do. So like I said, it's not been sitting in the freezer very long. It was killed this year. That won't affect it. I'm talking if you had the bird in the freezer for let's say you had the bird in the freezer for 2 seasons, so 2 years or whatever, and then you end up taking it for a taxidermist. And you know, most taxidermists, I'd say that they'll look at they'll examine the bird before they put it up in the freezer, because we do have to put tags on their feet. But you know, if in this, like in this scenario, like I didn't pull this bird out to go look at it whenever he gave it to me, because if I would have, whenever he brought it, which was frozen when he brought it to me, I would have, gave him a little heads up, hey, next time, maybe do this. So that's why the making this video is so people, they'll realize, hey, there's a little bit better way I can do this, and without damaging the bird. So, but yeah, he did the feet good. Instead of just doing the bill, do the whole head and wrap it in a damp paper towel, toilet paper. I mean, I wouldn't use a rag, just because it, being freezing and wet, it can grab more feathers, and then whenever it unthaws, it can pull feathers, so you don't want that. But yeah, wrap the whole entire head with a damp paper towel, and like I said, you can use this like he did. He used duct tape or electrical tape, whatever you prefer, painter's tape, whatever it be. But like I said, me personally, I like to, whenever you fold the head straight back, like take its head straight back on there, and then whenever you go to put it on there, wrap a paper towel all the way around the bird. After you have wrapped its feet and you have wrapped its head, and you put the head on the back, wrap it in a paper towel, and maybe put like one layer of, or one piece of strand of tape around it, to keep the paper towel. But most of the time, that's what the wrapping the head is for. Is the shrinkage is one, and then bleeding, because usually you'll shoot and you could usually hit them in the head or whatever it may be. That the blood will drip onto the feathers or in the inside. So like for an example, I can see it on this one. I don't know if I can get it on the camera or not, but in here in the inner wing, for where its head is, you can see that there's red in there. I don't know if I can get that on the camera because it's really faint, but from where its head was bleeding, and it leaked and it got on the wings. So it's just something less, something that you can do to prevent, to make your bird better. Like I said though, this guy did an amazing job of wrapping his bird. Just a couple things is with the head, and preferably, I like it to be folded on its back. So yeah, that's pretty much it, the basic things. And one more thing I'd like to note is its feet. This guy has his feet, that did this bird, has the feet straight up and down, straight back, not kicked off to the side over here. Not one's up here, one's folded down here, one's way out here. They're both back, and that's the way they should be. And the reason being is the same case as if it goes to freeze and its legs kicked out here off to the side, and you go to freeze and you go put it in the freezer, you go toss it in there, say you toss in another bird or whatever, or you go to take it out and that leg catches on something, just snaps it. So then you got to deal with a broken foot, okay, which is nothing that you can't fix. The reason I'm saying is pull the legs back is because you break that foot, your bird won't look as good if its foot's broke. There's going to be a bone sticking out, or maybe have a little, if the bone breaks, it can puncture through the skin, and that's just one flaw extra you have to worry about. If there's something that you can prevent from happening to your bird, do it. And like I said, it's not make or break on the bird, and if your foot's frozen like that already on your bird, it's not the end of the world. It's just something to take more precaution about whenever you bring it or take it out of the freezer. Another thing that he did very well is he groomed his bird, and the reason I can tell is it's flat. His bird's flat. Its wings. I say it's like petting a dog. Whenever you get done shooting that bird and you're like, man, this is the one. And usually you do it anyway, just out of natural instinct. You're like, man, this bird is beautiful. I can't wait to mount him. Like this is the one that's going on the wall. Usually you just, oh my God, this bird is awesome. So, anyway, yeah, petting the dog is what I call it, but you want to take as good, grooming your bird is just as important as wrapping it and getting it to the taxidermist. So, definitely groom your bird. because of the way it freezes like that, the way it's going to be unthawed, and if the feathers are taken well care of like this one, it's going to be a beautiful bird. But yep, that's pretty much it though. If you guys have any questions, leave some comments below. If you guys are wanting any more videos on anything taxidermy related, I'd be glad to make one. But like I said, if you can do anything to help your taxidermist out, it's going to help you out. Your bird's going to look that much better when you go to mount it. So thank you guys for watching, and then like I said, if you guys have any comments on anything that you guys would like me to go over, or if you have any questions or anything about the shop or where we're located, just leave a comment, and I'll get back with you. But until next time, keep on keeping on and keep on mounting. But thank you for watching, and like and subscribe.